Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Rose Joudi, and I'm a senior advisor on gender equity, diversity, and inclusion at HelpAge Canada. I'd like to really start off by thanking you all for being here. And I really take great joy in being surrounded by older adults within my family, community, friends, and network. And it's really their stories and their experiences that really inspire me, as well as seeing myself as a future adult now that I turned 47 last week. So I really selfishly say these things for my future self, but I also want to share this as a gentle reminder for people who are already on that journey and stage in their lives. Two of my closest friends are 89 and 96, and together we actually have a combined age of 230 years of lived experience between us. That really reminds me that aging isn't just something that happens to older people. I think what we are seeing now is aging has been wrongfully associated with older people, though in itself, aging is actually a lifespan process. The fact is that we're actually aging right now, and the negative meaning around aging is really a product of some of these ageist narratives that frame older adulthood as the end of usefulness and value. Aging is something we all do. And in fact, we're all doing it right now because it's not static. It's a lifelong process of changing, learning, and becoming. So the word really has taken on a different, I guess, spectrum. It's ageism and not reality. And because we're all aging, about thinking about what we've gained throughout our lives, I think about the clarity, the experience, and the patience, a deeper understanding of what really matters. And what matters most at any age is belonging. So when I think about the topic of belonging, I think about it really as a fundamental human need to feel accepted, to feel seen, valued, and connected to others, the people who are important around us, and to our communities. What I find myself as someone who was born in the Middle East, I was raised in a culture where our older adults really always had value, and they always had input. They were always the individuals that we went to when we were wanting some clarity and guidance. And that sense of connection and added value I found in our community gives older adults that sense of connectedness. And with belonging, it's actually a mutual acceptance of us seeking support from older adults, and also them acquiring that support and stability and acceptance from us as communities. And what I wanted to also share is that as we grow older, that sense of belonging can actually deepen. We have stories. Our older adults in our communities have lessons and strengths that only can be a result and a product of time. And what I'm finding is that the more we are accepting of the importance of adding that voice of older adults, it keeps us connected and it gives people purpose. And I think together we can actually see that communities become stronger when older adults have that sense of connection and aren't segregated due to age. So belonging actually ties closely to something that you probably all hear of, which is purpose. Purpose isn't really something that is a title or a grand project. When I ask my older adults around us, I always wonder about what gets them out of bed. Purpose actually does grow naturally from belonging. When people feel that they're connected and valued and supported, it gives them a reason to get out of bed. It could show up in small things, checking in, sharing wisdom, sharing insight, seeking guidance, or simply sometimes just being present. And so what I find is that thinking about my friends who are 89 and 96, it could be something as small as, when I ask them what gets you out of bed, it's usually, we joke about how on Saturdays I go and pick them up for a coffee. And sometimes we drive around the city of Calgary aimlessly. Other times there's a specific destination that's connected to a memory that they have and they want to revisit it. naturally, they're not driving right now. So that disconnect sometimes with the world outside the walls of the community that they live in sometimes can be very lonely. And that sense of belonging and purpose is also connected to joy. And so when I say to them, what gets you out of bed? What they think of is what gets them excited about the world. And joy sometimes isn't something that's very loud. It could be something very simple in their routines, in their conversations. It could be a pet that relies on them or a person that is waiting for them. So older adults, and how I see it, can contribute to our communities in immense ways through care, through guidance, through leadership, through lived experience, through the stories that they share. And I'm not just saying this as some words that we hear over and over again in textbooks. I really truly feel it and see the importance of it. So when we talk about aging and belonging, we're actually talking about living fully, staying curious, letting people in, feeling connected, valued, and giving as much as we want to give. Growing older shouldn't shrink our world. In fact, when I talk to my older adult friends, they want to expand their circles of connection because they want to remain connected to the community that they had been connected to for many, many years. I don't think we age out of belonging. We definitely don't age out of wanting a sense of purpose or joy. And if anything, I think we grow into them. Thank you so much.